Good afternoon and welcome to BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch. Tina Teng, Markets Analyst at CMC Markets APAC Canada, is our guest today, coming out of Auckland, New Zealand. Tina, welcome to the show.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Good. Thank you very much, Tina. Thanks for coming in. Now, before we get your insights, Tina, let's take a look at how crypto markets are performing, and then we'll take a look at how regional stock markets have performed in the first half of the day. We'll start with Bitcoin, which is at 18,739.1. It's down 5.18%. Ethereum is at 1,513.04. It's down 7.74%. Now, looking across to equity markets across the region, we start with Singapore. The SGX is down 0.52%. Bursa Malaysia is up 0.16%. Shanghai is down 0.03%. The ASX All Ordinaries is down 1.39%. The Nikkei is down 0.9%. The Hang Seng is down 0.78%. And rounding up the numbers, we've got the Kospi, which is down 1.61%. Now, Tina, what's your view on market performance in the first half of the day?
So today, in Asian session, I think market just followed the overnight Wall Street performance. The equity markets have gone down because overnight the U.S. data, U.S. service PMI data came out strongly, which strengthened the odds for the Fed to continue the aggressive rate hikes, sending the bond yield spike again. And also today, the Chinese data, China's trade balance data for August came out weaker than expected as well. So the data shows both imports and exports rose less than the previous months and also weaker than economics estimates. So this suggests that the economy is still struggling to recovery, and also the recent renewed lockdown in some parts of the country just press on the sentiment as well.
Now, that's had an impact on FX markets, isn't it? So the yuan has weakened significantly.
Yes, we can see the US dollar, actually, the dollar index strengthened to a fresh 20-year high. And now both Japanese yen and the Chinese yuan accelerating devaluation. Now the US dollar, Japanese yuan, the currency pairs, I think just topped 144, which is very strong. It is a new high in should be 24 years since the 1998. And the Chinese yuan now is devalued to close to 7, which is a key psychological level.
The other impact has also been a spike in bond markets, isn't it?
Yes, I think the bond markets now the resumed sell-off in the bonds, and also we can see the equity markets are down. Now commodities price are falling as well. So 3 major asset classes are falling down, which I think the market is now pricing a stagflation. So which means rising inflation, a slowdown in economic growth. Usually, as 2 economic indicators define the stagflation, but we just haven't seen the weakness in the labor markets just yet. But I think probably it's coming soon because we can see that a lot of companies now the laying off staff, so slow new highs. I think the market is now just really negative sentiment, risk of. Probably we just describe it as the stagflation era, probably just kicks off.
Now, but Tina, on the flip side, on the commodity space, we've got to zoom in on the EU energy crisis and the price of oil and gas. What's your take on this moving ahead as Russia cuts supplies of gas to the EU?
I think this is a no solution so far for the EU countries. As the winter comes in, and the cut off the major pipeline of the gas supply, which means they will be experiencing very hard winter time, and also the affect economic activities, like lots of manufacturers can't just operate as usual. So there will be a downturn in the economic growth as well.
Now, on a very different note, Tina, I think many Apple fans are eagerly awaiting the Apple event with the launch of some new products. Tell us a little bit about that and what the impact's going to be moving ahead for the share price of Apple.
So most of the time, people are very excited about the new release of products of Apple. So this time, we just have the expectations for them to launch another new iPhone, which is iPhone 14, with like a bigger screen, Pro version. However, in history, Apple's share price didn't necessarily go up after the new product release. I think only 2 to 3 times the price gone up. Especially right now, the broad sentiment is down. So I'm not too sure if this would lift share price just right now. We just see that there are still uncertainties.
Tina, thank you very much for coming on the show. Thanks for your insights.
Thank you very much.
Now, we've been speaking to Tina Teng, markets analyst at CMC Markets APAC and Canada on BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch. This video and podcast will be on our website, www.biztech.asia, as well as our social media platforms. It will also be on our syndication partners, TV stations, radio stations, and websites. Thank you very much for tuning in.